The grand hall of the ancient elven city stretches before you, its crystalline spires shimmering with an otherworldly glow. Elven courtiers in elegant robes pause their whispers, eyes narrowing as they notice your presence. At the far end, a throne carved from a single massive gemstone dominates the room, and seated upon it, the elven queen sits in regal splendor. As you take in your surroundings, you catch sight of a shadowy figure slipping behind a set of ornate tapestries, hinting at secrets untold.
Without hesitation, I raise my hand, conjuring a small, controlled flame at my fingertips to illuminate the tapestries, casting indirect light and potentially revealing the shadowy figure's movements. Let's unveil those secrets, shall we?
I grunt and step forward, positioning myself between the party and the shadowy figure's possible escape route, weapon at the ready. Nobody's sneaking past me!
I dart towards the tapestries, slipping between them silently and keeping to the shadows. Time for a little peekaboo.
I raise my holy symbol and intone a soft prayer, casting light on Wisp's dagger to ensure he isn't ambushed in the dark. Even shadows cannot hide from the eyes of death.
The small flame from Pyra's fingertips dances across the pristine tapestries, casting flickering light that pulls at the edges of darkness. As Wisp slips behind the drapery, he reveals a hidden passageway, half concealed by enchantments that even now shimmer under Seraph holy light. Suddenly, a pair of masked elven assassins drop from the vaulted ceiling, daggers gleaming cruelly as they descend upon Thoradin and Seraph. With a feral snarl, they lunge forward, slicing through the air with deadly precision.
I summon a wall of fire to erupt between the assassins and my companions, forcing the attackers to rethink their strategy and giving us a moment's reprieve. Feel the heat, creeps!
I brace myself as Pyra's wall of fire springs up, then charge through the flames with a roar, aiming to crash shield first into the nearest assassin and knock them off balance. You picked the wrong dwarf to mess with!
I quickly stick to the shadows and use my now glowing dagger to punch through the nearest assassin's attack pattern, aiming to slice their wrist and disarm them. Nice try, buddy, but you'll have to be quicker than that.
I call upon Kelemvor's power to cast Bane on the assassins, cursing their blades to falter. In the embrace of death, your precision shall wane.
The air crackles with Pyra's summoned fire. The fierce barrier causes the assassins to momentarily hesitate. Thoradin barrels through the flames, his shield colliding with one assassin, sending him sprawling to the floor with a stunned expression before he can even raise his weapon. In the same heart-stopping moment, Wisp's glowing dagger finds its mark, slicing through the second assassin's wrist, the weapon clattering to the marble floor as the elf gasps in pain. Seraph's invocation of Bane seals their fate. The assassins' movements grow sluggish, and with panicked cries they are quickly subdued, leaving the throne room eerily silent once more.
Seeing our victory, I lower the wall of fire and step forward, my eyes blazing with intensity as I address the Elven Queen. Now, Your Majesty, care to explain why assassins lurk in your hall?
I stomp towards the pinned assassin, planting my boot firmly on his chest and glancing up at the Elven Queen with a steely glare. I start talking or things will get rougher than a goblin's backside.
I snatch up the fallen dagger from the floor, twirling it playfully before tucking it into my belt, and look up at the Queen with a smirk. Care to shed some light on the shadowy business behind your tapestries, Your Majesty?
I step forward, my eyes locking onto the Elven Queen with an unsettling calm as I gently cradle my holy symbol. Every secret kept in darkness feeds the hunger of death. Reveal what you hide before it consumes us all.
The Elven Queen's serene demeanor cracks for just a moment, a flicker of worry passing through her eyes as she stands. Enough, she commands, her voice echoing through the crystalline hall. These assassins do not serve my court, but those who seek to undermine the peace we have long struggled to maintain. Reveal yourselves, Council of Shadows, she declares. And from behind the tapestries, a group of robed figures step forward, their leader's eyes glowing with an eerie green light.
I narrow my eyes at the Council of Shadows, igniting a fireball in my palm as a warning. Step into the light or be consumed by the flames.
I slam my shield against the ground, making a resonant boom, and point my axe at the council's leader. We ain't got time for games. Speak your purpose or you'll be kissing the dirt.
I blend back into the shadows, moving fluidly around the perimeter of the room to get behind the Council of Shadows, keeping my voice low but dripping with mischief. Let's see what secrets these shadowy folks have tucked away.
I clasp my holy symbol and extend my free hand toward the council's leader. casting zone of truth to compel honesty. In Kelemvor's light, falsehoods wither away. Reveal your true intentions or face his judgment.
The air grows thick with tension as the Council of Shadows emerges, their robed forms almost ethereal in the dim light. Pyra's fireball blazes in her palm, casting ominous shadows across their faces. Their leader takes a step forward, eyes glowing as he raises a hand in a placating gesture. Raph's zone of truth manifests, an invisible pressure settling over the room, causing the council leader to flinch ever so slightly. "We do not seek open conflict," he begins, his voice tinged with an unnatural echo. "But we will do whatever is necessary to prevent the calamity set in motion by your very arrival."
I snuff out the fireball and step forward, eyes locked on the council leader. "Then speak plainly. What calamity have we supposedly unleashed?"
I stomp forward, getting right in the leader's face, my eyes narrowing. "Quit your riddles and spit it out! What calamity and how do we stop it?"
I slip behind the council leader, pressing the tip of my dagger lightly against his back, and whisper with a grin, "Answer, my friends, or I'll start carving out those secrets myself."
I step closer, my eyes darkened by the gravity of the situation, voice echoing with an eerie calm. "Speak the truth, for death's unforgiving embrace waits for those who cloak themselves in deceit."